Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Aksa Latif. The topic of my presentation is channel estimation using adaptive filter using least mean square, that is LMS. My group mate is Ahmad Ali, and we are presenting this presentation to Dr. Junaid and Miss Khansa Rashid. Uh, these are the outline of my presentation. First, I will discuss about channel estimation, its application, and what is OFDM in channel estimation. Then I will discuss about adaptive filter, then least mean square, and then I will discuss about how we can reduce error by using least mean square technique. After that, I will discuss about design and simulation, then results and conclusion. Now, first of all, what is channel estimation? In wireless communication system, channel estimation describes the properties of the propagating signal. The properties of the propagating signals are how signal propagates from transmitter to receiver, power decay of the signal, its scattering, fading and reflection. The channel estimation is used to minimize the distortion that signal faces during the propagation. As channel estimation is an analytical task in both minimum mean square error, that is MMSE, and minimum mean square error successive interference cancellation, that is MMSE SIC. It is used to estimate the minimum mean square filter coefficient. It minimizes the distortion by iterative cancellation operation. In our presentation uh, in our presentation of project, we are using the least mean type of estimation. As the least mean square is the class of the adaptive filter, now we will see what are the application of channel estimation. As I have already told, the channel estimation is done to minimize the error or distortion that signal faces during its propagation. It is used in noise cancellation. Channel estimation is used in wireless communication, digital and audio broadcasting, digital video broadcasting, and asymmetrical digital processing. In our presentation, we are using a least mean square, that is a class of adaptive filter for channel estimation. Now I will discuss about OFDM in channel estimation. First of all, what is OFDM system? OFDM, that is orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, is a digital modulation technique in which the carrier signal is split into several narrowband overlapping subcarrier signal. Now, where OFDM is used, OFDM is widely used in 4G wireless communication system because of its high bit rate transmission, high bandwidth efficiency, and effectiveness in handling multipath fading and decay. Now I will discuss about the block diagram of OFDM in channel estimation. First of all, that binary data will be modulated. Then it is converted into parallel channels. Then pilots are inserted into the channel. Then it passes through the IDFT, that is inverse discrete Fourier transformer. Here guard are inserted in it to prevent interference. Then it is again converted into serial subchannels. Then it will pass through the additive uh, additive white Gaussian noise. Then it is again converted into serial subchannels, and then it will pass through guard removal to prevent noise, and then it is again converted into discrete Fourier transformer. Then channel estimation is done. Then it is again converted into parallel sub channel. Then it is demodulated and we get our output data. About adaptive filter, as we know, in the process of transmission of information from source to receiver side, noise from the surrounding automatically gets added into the signal. For removing these noise, we use filters. uh, for this purpose, we are using adaptive filter. Now, what is adaptive filter? Adaptive filter, as adaptive filter is a filter that has the property of self-modifying its frequency response to change the behavior in time, allowing the filter to adapt the response to input signal characteristic change. Due to this capability, the overall performance and the construction flexibility, the adaptive filter have been employed in many different applications. The application of adaptive filters are in echo cancellation, radar signal processing, navigation system. We also use it in communication, channel equalization, and biometric signal processing. Now, what is the purpose of using adaptive filter is to remove the noise from the signal to improve the signal to noise ratio. The basic adaptive algorithm which widely used for performing weight weight operation of an adaptive filter are least mean square and LMS, that is normalized least mean square, and the RLS, that is recursive least square algorithm. Among all adaptive filter, LMS probably has probably become the most popular for its good tracking capability and simplicity in stationary environment. Now, and RLS is the best for non-stationary environment with high convergence speed, but at the cost of high complexity. Wiener filter. As a Wiener filter is a digital filter that is designed to reduce the mean square difference between some desired signal and the filtered output. The original adaptive noise cancellation uses two sensors to receive noise signal and target signal separately. Now I will discuss about the components of adaptive filter. The components of adaptive filter are digital filter and adaptive algorithm. First of all, what is a digital filter? The purpose of digital filter is to separate signals that have been combined and to restore signals that have been distorted in some way during propagation. Signal separation is required when a signal has been contaminated with noise or other signal, whereas distortion is used when a signal has been distorted in many ways.
Least mean square LMS. LMS algorithms are a class of adaptive filter used to mimic a desired filter by finding the filter coefficients that relate to producing the least mean square of error signal. The LMS algorithm is a stochastic gradient based. It uses the gradient vector of the filter tab weight to optimal Wiener solution. In each iteration of the filter tab weight, the adaptive filter is updated according to the following equation. In this equation, x of n is the input vector and e of n is the vector error. The vector error can be defined as the difference between the desired signal, that is d of n, and the output signal, stated as y of n. Now the steps for using LMS are discussed. First, we initialize W or W1 to Wn of minus 1 to arbitrary values as desired, and then the processor reads D of n and X of n and uses the digital and performs the digital filtering according to the following equation. Afterward, the error is computed as following, and afterward the signal filter coefficient is updated using the LMS algorithm based on the equation.
Now, uh, this slide shows about the design and simulation by using least mean square. In the next slide, I will discuss about the LMS simulation. For LMS simulation, we use MATLAB platform. The parameters setup that we used are, first we set sampling rate that we took 8000, and secondly we use noise signal in which we add additive void Gaussian noise having random value. Now I will discuss about the steps that we used while implementing LMS in MATLAB. For implementing it in MATLAB, first we generate code by using this step. In the first step, we introduce the data file. This file contains the signal you want to transmit. In the second step, we add additive void Gaussian noise. Then we introduce the sampling rate as I have discussed discussed before that we took 8,000 sampling rate. Then in the fourth step we build array of index. In the fifth step we transform indices, and in the sixth step random noise generation was done by using additive wide Gaussian noise. And in the seventh step we create a corrupted noise file, corrupted noise. Then after that we set the step size. And in the ninth step uh, we we start the coefficient of additive filter. Then we set the filter output by using additive array that I have discussed in the fourth step. After that the output ray start, and then after starting output tray we implement the LMS, that is least means skew algorithm, by using equation for loop. As we know, the equation is W into n plus 1 is equal to Wn plus 2 mu squared E into n into xn. Xn is the reference signal and En is the error signal. And then after implementing LMS algorithm, we arrange the amplitude of original signal. Then we calculate the signal amplitude. Then after that we calculate the amplitude for the signal, cancelled Boyden noise, and then we start a simulation by implementing code, and then we get this result. As you can see from this, in the second in the first is the original signal, then corrupt speech, in which we add additive wide Gaussian noise, and then the reference signal, then the clean speech. Now in the next slide, okay, now in the next slide the waveform is the waveform or of the LMS algorithm is plotted against the frequency. Now I will discuss about the RLS simulation. We did RLS simulation so that we can compare it with LMS algorithm. For implementing RLS algorithm, we took a different step while creating code, and then we simulated by using MATLAB. For RLS algorithm, we first introduce a data file, then we add additive wide Gaussian noise, and then we introduce a sampling rate that I have already told that we always took 8,000. Then we introduce array of index, then random noise is added with additive wide Gaussian surface. Then we create a corrupted signal, then we set the step size, then we start the coefficient of additive filter, then we start output array. After that we define the value of for getting a factor, that is lambda, that we defined 0.96. Then RLS algorithm is applied by using its equation. Then single sided range of amplitude for original signal is determined. Then we calculate the amplitude of the signal by the noise. Then we plot the signal spectrum that is given. This is the original signal, the corrupt signal, and the reference noise. And then after, by RLS algorithm, it is a clean speech. And this is a RLMS implementation against frequency. Now what is the relationship of these RLMS algorithm with stochastic? As we know, stochastic calculations are used in every aspect of modern technologies. The above mentioned program will will are very useful in the field of communication. In wireless system, these will be the helpful in smooth flow of information and can find specific application in the wireless system by reducing error, by reducing distortion. The estimation technique of stochastic will be used in this project, as I have discussed in before. Now I will discuss about the conclusion of my presentation. As a comprehensive review has been carried out to identify the existing literature that is related to adaptive filter in noise reduction by using LMS adaptive algorithm. Now LMS is used because of its simplicity. We did both RLMS and RLS algorithm simulation so that we can compare its results. However, the reluctance to use RLS over LMS is used because of complexity of computation and implementation. Different adaptive filters were stimulated and compared in my presentation, that is LMS, that is least mean square algorithm, and RLS. These results indicate that LMS has slow convergence, but it is very easy to stimulate and implement, whereas the RLS is bit complicated and difficult to implement. The LMS is relatively simple and to implement it and is powerful enough to evaluate the practical benefits that may result from application. Moreover, it provides a practical frame of reference of accessing any further improvement that may be attained through the use of more sophisticated adaptive filter. Now these are the references where I studied for my for our research. Thank you. If you have any question related to our presentation, you're welcome to ask. Thank you again.